Imagine waking up every morning knowing that today could be the day you die, not from sickness, not from old age, but in front of thousands of screaming spectators. The ground beneath your feet is hot sand, the air smells like iron and dust. And somewhere nearby, another fighter is preparing to kill you. This was the life of a gladiator. In ancient Rome, gladiators were warriors, entertainers, and prisoners all at the same time. Some were criminals, some were slaves, some were prisoners of war, but every one of them fought for the same reason: to survive. And today, you are one of them. This is your life as a gladiator. Chapter 1: Before Rome. Your story begins far away from Rome, in a quiet village surrounded by farmland and rolling hills. Life here is simple. You wake early each morning and help your family work the fields. You carry water. You gather wood. You help repair fences and care for animals. It's hard work, but it's honest work. The days are peaceful. At night, your family gathers around a fire. Stories are told, food is shared, and the stars stretch endlessly across the sky. You've heard stories about Rome before. A massive empire with giant cities, powerful armies, and arenas filled with fighting warriors. But those stories feel distant, like legends from another world. Rome is far away, or at least you thought it was. Chapter 2: The soldiers arrive. One morning, everything changes. You hear shouting in the distance, then the sound of metal armor clanking together. Roman soldiers march into the village. Their shields form a wall of iron. Their red cloaks move like waves behind them. The villagers panic. Some try to run, some try to hide, some try to fight. But it doesn't matter. Roman soldiers are trained warriors. Within minutes, the resistance is crushed. You are grabbed. Your hands are tied. Heavy chains lock around your wrists. You watch helplessly as your home fades into the distance behind you. Your old life is gone, and you don't yet realize your new life will be far more dangerous. Chapter 3: The Long Journey. The journey to Rome is long. Days turn into weeks. You travel in chains with dozens of other captives. Food is scarce, water is limited. Guards shout orders constantly. At night, you sleep on the cold ground under the open sky. Many prisoners grow weak. Some collapse along the road. If they can't walk, they are left behind. Eventually, after weeks of travel, the road opens up to reveal something enormous. The city of Rome. It is bigger than anything you have ever seen. Towering buildings, endless streets, crowds of people moving in every direction, smoke rising from thousands of fires, and somewhere in the distance, a massive stone arena. You don't know it yet, but that arena will soon become your entire world. Chapter 4: The Slave Market. You are taken to a slave market in the center of the city. The noise is overwhelming. Merchants shout prices. Buyers examine slaves carefully. People are bought and sold like animals. One by one, prisoners are pushed forward onto a wooden platform. Buyers inspect them. They check their arms, their shoulders, their teeth, their strength. When your turn arrives, you step onto the platform. A man in expensive clothing watches you closely. He studies your size, your height, your muscles. You can tell he is thinking. Finally, he raises his hand. Coins are exchanged. Just like that, you are sold. But not as a farmer, not as a servant. You've been purchased by a lanista, a trainer of gladiators. Chapter 5. The Ludus. You are taken to a massive training compound known as a ludus. Tall walls surround the building. Guards stand watch at every entrance. Inside are dozens of fighters. Some are scarred veterans. Others are nervous new recruits like you. These men are gladiators. And now, so are you. Your trainer, the lanista, speaks clearly. You will train. You will fight. And if you fight well, you may live. Then, training begins. Chapter 6. Brutal Training. Life in the ludus is relentless. You wake before sunrise every single day. Your muscles ache from the previous day's training, but rest is not allowed. You begin with running drills across the sand. Then, strength training with heavy stones and wooden weapons. Your sword practice lasts for hours. The training swords are made of wood, but they are heavier than real weapons. This forces your arms to grow stronger. You strike wooden posts again and again, over and over, until your hands blister. Then you keep striking. Your trainers yell constantly, and they demand perfection because in the arena, mistakes mean death. Chapter 7. Learning to Fight. Weeks turn into months. Slowly, you begin to improve. You learn how to move in armor, how to block attacks with your shield, how to strike quickly and step away. Veteran gladiators teach you valuable lessons. Never rush blindly. Watch your opponent's shoulders. Control your breathing. Stay calm when the crowd screams. Every detail matters, because survival in the arena depends on skill, but also on patience and discipline. Chapter 8. Choosing Your Style. Eventually, your trainers decide what type of gladiator you will become. Different gladiators fight with different weapons. Some carry nets and tridents. Some use curved swords. Others rely on speed instead of armor. Your trainer studies your strengths carefully. Finally, he decides you will become a murmillo, a heavily armored gladiator. You carry a massive rectangular shield. Your helmet is heavy and shaped like a fish. Your sword is short but deadly. This style focuses on strength and defense, but it also means something dangerous. Your opponents will often be faster than you. To survive, you must outthink them. Chapter 9. The First Arena. The day finally arrives. Your first fight. You're marched through dark underground corridors. Other gladiators stand nearby. Some look confident. Others look terrified. Above you, the crowd roars. The sound echoes through the stone walls like thunder. Then the gate opens. Bright sunlight floods into the tunnel. You step forward and see it for the first time. The Colosseum. A massive arena capable of holding tens of thousands of people. Every seat is filled. The crowd is loud, excited, hungry for blood. You feel your heart pounding in your chest. This is the moment every gladiator fears, and every gladiator must face. Chapter 10. Your First Fight. Your opponent enters the arena. He is a retiarius, light armor, a trident, and a weighted net. He moves quickly across the sand. The crowd grows silent. Then the signal is given. The fight begins. Suddenly, his net flies toward you. You raise your shield just in time. The net slams into the shield and slides away. The crowd cheers loudly. He attacks with his trident. You block the strike with your shield. Sand sprays into the air as you push forward. Your training takes over. You stay calm. You watch his movements. Then you see an opening. You step forward and strike. Your blade hits. Your opponent collapses into the sand. For a moment, the entire arena is silent. Then the crowd erupts. You have survived your first battle. Chapter 11. Rising Through the Ranks. After your first victory, everything changes. You're no longer just another prisoner. You are a gladiator who has proven himself. More fights follow, each one more dangerous than the last. Sometimes you face slow, heavy fighters. Other times, fast opponents who move like lightning. Each battle teaches you something new. How to conserve energy. How to control distance. How to read your opponent's intentions. Slowly, your reputation grows. The crowd begins to recognize you. They cheer when you enter the arena. Some even shout your name. Chapter 12. Fame and Danger. Gladiators are strange figures in Roman society. They are slaves, but also celebrities. Crowds admire their bravery. Children pretend to be them. Women admire their strength. But the arena remains deadly. You see many fighters fall. Men you trained with, friends who stood beside you in the ludus. One mistake, one unlucky strike, and their story ends in the sand. These moments remind you of one thing. Every fight could still be your last. Chapter 13. The Champion. Years pass. You become stronger than ever. Your armor feels lighter, your movements faster, your instincts sharper. You no longer panic in the arena. Instead, you control the fight. Crowds now chant your name when you enter the Colosseum. They wave banners. They shout your victories. You have become one of Rome's greatest gladiators, but champions attract powerful challengers, and one final fight awaits. Chapter 14. The Greatest Battle. The Emperor announces a special event. 2 champions will fight. The arena fills faster than ever before. The entire city wants to witness the battle. You step into the arena. Across from you stands the Empire's most feared gladiator. Massive, experienced. A veteran of countless battles. The fight begins. Steel crashes against steel. Shields slam together. Both of you fight with incredible skill. Minutes feel like hours. The crowd is roaring, but neither fighter gives up. Finally, you see a small opening. One moment, one perfect strike. Your blade lands. Your opponent collapses. The arena explodes with noise. You have become Rome's greatest gladiator. Chapter 15. Freedom. The Emperor stands. In his hand is a wooden sword, the rudis, the symbol of freedom for a gladiator. The crowd chants your name, louder and louder. The Emperor walks forward and hands you the wooden sword. You are no longer a slave. You are free. You walk out of the arena one final time. No chains, no orders, just the roar of thousands of people who will remember your name forever. You entered Rome as a prisoner, but you leave as a legend, because this was your life as a gladiator.